So residual income, that's another measure of performance. What's the residual income? That will be operating income above the minimum return of the operating assets. For example, let's go back to the investment of $1,000. So you're investing, so listen carefully now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So you're investing $1,000 for the short-term investment. You're expecting 10%. So how much income you're going to get at the end of the year if you're expecting 10%?
$100.
$100. Okay, so the year passed by. And at the end of the year, you're checking your account, and instead of $100, you're seeing $120. How much is your residual income in this case? That
Residual. So is it going to be like the rest of it?
So listen to this. You're expecting 10%, correct?
Yeah.
So
instead it's going to be 12.
Yes, 12. So so basically it can be expressed by percentage, can be expressed by numbers. So basically you're expecting to see $100, but your actual income is $120. So how much is your residual income? How much more above what you expected you get?
2%.
Oh, 2%, yeah. That's
or
true.
$20. Or $20, right? It can be expressed by percentage, it can be expressed by number. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's the idea with the residual income. Again, the residual income is the operating income that you currently have less the assets that you invested times the required rate of return. So you wanted 10%, you're investing $1,000, you wanted 10%. At the end of the year, you have $1,120. So you're expecting to have $1,100, but you're having, oh no, sorry, in this case, we have to eliminate. So you're operating income at $120, and you're expecting to have only $100. So the difference is $20, and $20 is your residual. Make sense?
Yeah.
So this computation obviously is different than the return on investment. However, including the return on investment in the formula. So return on investment measure the operating income earned relative to the investment on the average operating assets, where the residual income shows you the operating income which you earn less the minimum required return that you have. So in this case, this company has average operating assets of $100,000, and they require return 20%. So how much they want? If they require 20% return, how much they want in dollar amount?
20,000.
20,000. In the current period, division earned 30,000. So they want 20,000, but they earn 30,000. How much is the residual income?
10,000. Oh, 10%.
Or 10%. Make sense to everybody? Does this make sense to everybody?
Oh,
So they
yeah.
actually, so they're asking for 20%, or they're asking for 20,000. They get 30,000. So 30,000 minus 20,000 give you 10,000. So what's the motivation on the residual? Residual income encourages managers to make profitable investments that would be rejected by the manager using the return on investment. Let's see how this works. So this company, this division of this company has operating income of 60,000. That's our operating income. And average operating assets of $300,000. The required rate of return for the company is 15%. If this division wants 15%, and currently the company, this division makes 60,000. What's the division return on investment? So they're making $60,000. The assets are $300,000. What's the return on investment? Remember the simple formula for the return on investment, which was
20%? Should be 20, isn't it?
return operating income divided by the average operating assets. So if we get the, where was that question? Here. If we get the 60,000 divided by 300,000, what's the
20.
current return on investment? 20%,
20.
right? 20%, out of question. But listen to this, the company, so let's see, the division wrap-up has operating income 60,000. Average operating asset 300,000. If the manager of the division is evaluated based on return on investment, she will make investment of the $100,000 that will generate additional operating income of 18,000. So currently they're making 20%. So if this division manager is evaluated based on the return on investment, which is 20%, is she going to make this investment or not? How much this investment is going to bring to the company as a percentage? You're investing 100,000, you're getting 18,000. What's the return on investment?
18%.
18%. Currently, your return on investment is 20%.
It's 20, yeah.
So are you going to invest? If you're
No,
measuring
because,
on the no, because
no,
the
you're going
18%,
to be making less money.
right. So here the computation is they including all those things, but obviously you're going to make less. So the overall return on investment is going to go down. They're adding 18 to 60 and 10 to 100,000 to 300,000. So it becomes 78 divided by 400,000. 19.5 is the overall. Or you can get 18% here. So you're definitely not going to invest. However, if the company requires 15% only, in this case, is she going to invest? Company itself requires only 15%. And this project, if you invest $100,000, it's going to give you back $18,000. So the same 80% comes here. In this case, are you going to invest or not?
It depends on how much is giving you already without the investment. If you're already like earning 20%, still doesn't make sense.
No. Listen to this. Forget about what you learn at this point. Company requires 15%. That's the required return of the company. This project is going to bring you 18%. In this case, is this project meets the company requirements for the return?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you going to invest?
Well, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Why? Because it gives you more. It gives you 18%. And the return on investment exceeds the minimum required rate of return. So do you make the difference between the here we have minimum required rate of return and the actual rate of return? So basically, your expectations, you want minimum 10%. But suddenly you're investing and you're getting 12%. So the actual return on investment is 12%, but you want it only 10%. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why in this case, yeah, you go for it and you just invest it. So division has the operating income of 60,000 and average operating 300. So that means the division right now, they making 20%, correct? Now the required rate of return is 15%. What's the division residual income?
5%.
5%, but 5% times 300,000, how much is it? Because we have to express it by numbers, by dollar amount.
15,000.
Makes sense? Makes sense for everybody? So I'm currently generating 60,000, which is 20%. I'm required 15%, which is 45,000. So I have 20% minus 15%, which is 5%. On my investment, 300,000, that's transferred to 15,000. Either way, you're correct. So if the manager is evaluated based on the residual income, will she want to make investment of the 100,000? So my residual income here is,
yes.
But in this case, I want 15%, right? So if the manager is based on the residual income, is she going to make that additional investment?
Yes, because it's going to be 3% of residual income, which is.
That's exactly what it is. Yes. Operating income is going to increase with $3,000 or 3%. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Divisional comparison and residual income. Now, for the residual income approach, has one major disadvantage. It cannot be used to compare performance of the division of the different sizes because those are irrelevant. Example, let's see here. This company, you can see you have two divisions. So here, operating assets is 100,000. Required rate of return 20%. Minimum required rate of return means 20,000. The other division, operating assets is 1 million. Same required rate of return 20%. Now we want from them 200,000. Up to this point, based on the residual income, retail makes $30,000 or 10,000 above the required rate of return. Wholesale make 220,000 or $20,000 above the required return. Which division is more profitable for you?
Retail.
Based on the no, based on the residual.
Okay, I thought it was based on percentage. I was going to be wholesale.
Right, wholesale. But is it? Because if we transfer to percentage, and you're correct. You're correct. If we're using only the residual income, so basically, if the manager don't understand the residual income and the percentage how they work, he's going to say, okay, I'm on the wholesale, I'm making more money, $20,000. But so basically, more wholesale is more profitable for me. But is that true? Obviously, that will be a mistake. Why? Because as a percentage, the retailer outperform the wholesale. Why? Because with the less money, you're generating more residual income. Make sense?
Yes.
Good. Critics against residual income. Residual income based on the historical accounting data, which can lead to the inflated number. Also, a return on investment doesn't include what earnings should be. Calculating the residual income requires numerous adjustments on the general accepted accounting income, which can increase the cost for the report preparation. And residual income doesn't incorporate important non-financial indicators. Which are those indicators? Well, those indicators are going to come from the Balance Scorecard. So the Balance Scorecard is the tool, management tool, to assess the entire picture of an organization based on the financial, customer perspective, internal business process perspective, and learning and growth perspective. As you can see, you have 4 perspectives here. Only one of them is the numerical perspective or quantitative perspective. The other 3 are qualitative perspectives. Let's see how they work. Financial perspective is how the company performed on the financial side. What's the financial goal? Financial goal obviously is going to come from the mission and vision of the company, which mission and vision company is going to be aligned with the long-term goals of the company, which will be the 5-10 years. Customers. Now, the customer perspective, that's not numerical perspective. That's more like a customer satisfaction measure or qualitative characteristics rather than quantitative. So does the company recognize the value of our product? What the customer do? What kind of customer we want to have? But that will be based on the mission and vision of the company. Internal business perspective, that will be how we can improve the business so we can satisfy the customers. And when we satisfy the customers, that's going to bring us more sales. And that again will be related to the mission and vision of this company. And learning and growth perspective is at any point you have to learn from the financial reports by analyzing and identifying the differences of the favorable, unfavorable, then going back and search, what can I do? Why I'm not making the sales that I want? Or why my costs increase? Maybe I have unsatisfied customers which return the products. Maybe I cannot sell the products because the customers are not satisfied. If the customer is not satisfied, how can I improve my internal process so I can satisfy the customers? But that's going to go on the learning and growth perspective. So in your case, you as a student, your customer is your employer. From your employer is going to come the financial or going to come the sales. Because you have only one person that you're selling to, your employer. Now, how can you increase your sales or increase your salary? Well, you have to satisfy your customer, which is your employer. How you can do that? Now you can go to internal business process. You can identify, okay, my customer needs this and this and this and this. So if I have this quality, that quality, this quality, that quality, then my customer will be satisfied. Then that's going to transfer to the higher salary. So you identify what you have to do in the business process. So what you have to go back to learn and grow. Learn all those things so you can improve the internal business process or improve yourself, which is going to help you to satisfy your employer, which is going to come in the higher salary. That's how you should learn, see this. Now, this balance score, again, relies on the financial and non-financial measures. First, financial measure are like indicator that summarize the results in the past section. So basically, the salary for you is something that you already did for the company. That's why you're getting the salary. Non-financial measures are leading indicator which can affect your future performance. So if you learn and grow, implement those ones in your qualities, that's going to satisfy the customer. That's going to come in the next period as a high salary. So you can see that if you want to affect the future, you have to start today. and you have to learn and grow. And that actually is applicable to myself as well, not only for you, to myself. It's very hard for us and for me to see your mistakes. Why? Because we have so many things which are around us. We have a self-confidence, we have a self-esteem, we have a self-ego, we have a self-vanity, which prevents us to see the mistakes that we're doing. And only people who can see the mistakes and analyze the mistakes that they're doing and try to avoid those mistakes, those are the ones that can improve their internal process. Those are the ones who can increase the customer satisfaction. And those are the ones who's going to have better success in terms of financial measures one day. That including myself as well. So as you can see, even though I'm your teacher, I also learn, and I have to learn. And you have to understand, learning is a long-term process. You're learning for the rest of your life, every single day. The question is, can you learn or not? Because if you don't learn, you're going to do like me. You're going to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. And by over and over again, I mean I'm repeating the same mistakes every single day, people. That means I'm not learning. So if you're afraid to fail, what do you think? I'm failing as well. So the top managers are originally responsible for the financial performance measures. But the lower management is the one that can improve everything in the company, so can affect the performance measures. So the balance scorecard for the individuals is to emphasize the organization should be overall balance scorecard, and each individual should have a personal balance scorecard, including yourself, including myself. The personal balance score should contain measures that can be influenced by the individual being evaluated and supports the measures in the overall balance scorecard. So balance scorecard should have measures that are like linked together in the cause and effect basis. If we improve one thing, what's going to happen next? And the balance scorecard layouts should be concrete action to attain that desired outcomes. The balance scorecard and compensation, now the incentive compensation should be linked to the balance scorecard and to the performance measures. So that will give you more fair evaluation of the managers. Again, financials always going to be measured on the profit. Customers will be how much you're selling, what's the customer satisfaction. More sales, more profit. More customer satisfaction, more contribution per car, more profit. If those two fail, then you have to go learn and grow. You have to identify what you can improve in any of those stages. But you have to start from a learn and grow. And then you can improve the internal business process. Once you improve the internal business process, that's going to increase the customer satisfaction. That's going to transfer to the profit. Now, the strategies are in the, obviously, as you can see, the strategies are on the learning and growth, internal business. And the results, you're going to see it on the customer satisfaction, and then going to be transferred to the financial measures. So that concludes this chapter. However, I'm going to stop this video now. Let me, this recording, let me stop this recording.